So you may continue, and you may also try. I think you
Very
were
good,
just
very good.
telling me about the stalkers when we
Yes,
got
the
disconnected.
stalkers. And as it happens, I think I'm going to do a quick mic check.
Mic check, mic check. 1, 2, 4,
Mic check.
5. Do diddly do dee dee da.
Mic check has come back good. Okay, cool. So, stalkers. Yeah. Either. Yeah, they really upped their game with the stalkers in part two because
Yeah.
they are spooky. Oh my gosh. Definitely my least favorite form of infected to encounter in a dark alley. I mean, not that I'd like to encounter any of them, but
You've managed to do the same thing you said last time about the Joker. Definitely the version of Joker I would want to meet in a dark alley. How many
that's
dark alleys do you walk down? Are you really hoping to become the next Batman or something?
Yeah, one of these days, something tragic is going to happen in these dark alleys.
No, 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 no.
Wait, what if the tragic thing is me getting killed by
Well, who would become Batman in that case?
Good point.
Also, if you're just alone in the alleyway, I don't think there's going to be like a, tragic PTSD spawning
So
a
maybe
hero.
there's a couple of
If you're on
flaws in
your
my
own, you're
plan.
going to have to either have some sacrifices in that alleyway with you, or you're going to have someone to witness you die so that they can become the hero.
Okay, so maybe there's a couple of flaws in this plan.
Yeah.
But regardless,
You can tell how much thought I just put into that quickly. I know how to create heroes. I've watched the first Glass. No, I've watched Unbreakable.
I still haven't watched Unbreakable. I should totally watch that. And I was.
You should watch Split as well. Fuck it, hell.
What about Glass?
Glass is, I think, it's the disappointing one for a lot of people, but I think that's because they were expecting like an amazing movie that kind of, was more movie than superhero. While if you take it as a superhero movie, it was actually pretty cool.
I see. Because I was going to watch that this weekend, but maybe.
What? Oh wait, what? Unbreakable or Glass?
I was thinking maybe it's finally time to watch Lawrence of Arabia.
Oh, that has nothing to do with Unbreakable or Glass. I'm really confused now.
Oh, well, yeah, but like you saying that and made me think, oh, maybe I should watch that instead.
Yeah, well, you should watch Unbreakable, but you should definitely watch them in order.
Oh, totally.
Rather than just starting with Glass, otherwise you definitely won't enjoy it. Well, Batman just got run over by his own Batmobile.
Did it hurt?
No, it's fine. He just
Definitely not. Yeah.
glitched through it like there's no problem.
He took a note from Barry and just like phased through it.
I can vibrate my molecules. I love I love how Dick makes fun of him in Young Justice for that. It's like Flash can vibrate through solid objects. Wally tries it. Bloody no.
Oh.
Wally can't do phasing.
Yeah, phasing. I mean, I remember this one. I'm not sure what it was. It must have been some Batman show, just some random episode that I watched off out of nowhere, just this one time, that had the Flash show up, and either Batman or Robin was like, "How did you get into the Batcave?" And he was like, "I can do this thing where I move my."
Oh, vibrate. Yeah. Wait, was that the Batman? It must have been, I think. I remember that conversation.
Yeah, he stuck his arm against the wall and he vibrated it and went through the wall. And I just surprised Pikachu faced when I saw that the first time. I was probably 12 or something when I watched it, so it seemed absolutely mind blowing to me for some reason.
I do remember. Yeah, I think that's the Batman. That's the best Batman show, in my opinion.
Best Batman. The Batman.
That's the one where he.
of that.
where Batman ends up dealing with. It's become very difficult to find it now, ever since. Ever since the film came out.
Oh yeah, got Batman. I suppose the thing that's in the way is the movie then.
Oh, nicely done.
Oh wow.
Did you get your own joke then, or not?
No, I mean I was marveling at the rope thingy and like, so you jump up there and then you use the grapple.
Yeah, this is going to be like a very efficient and quick guide for anyone who wants to collect all the trophies. Although I think I did pick up a couple previously, so... This is the one that would have worked really well if I was playing Arkham City, but they totally fucked up the controls for this one, so... Anyway.
Oh, yeah, I was halfway through therapy, wasn't I? So,
Yes.
So yeah, the stalkers, and then the river, and you end up in the sewer, everything's all cool for now. Get up into this park-looking forest area. I hear this... I'm like, that was a person. Why did a person whistle? And then you just calmly, slowly, like, oh, I'm gonna sneak around, climb up this bit. Whoop! Arrow in the shoulder. And then you're treated to the new mechanic of having to pull arrows out of your shoulder to not take damage. Which, from the arrow that is lodged in your shoulder. And, you know, true to Last of Us Part 2 form, you have to watch it up close the first time.
Well, what, as she, like, slowly pulls it out of her arm?
Yeah, the controller's rumbling and...
Yeah.
And there's, like, all these other effects that's, you know, letting you know how goddamn painful this is. And it's just like, oh, God! Why did I have to get shot in the shoulder with an arrow? I mean...
For fun. Obviously.
Yeah, for fun.
Are you having fun yet? Ellie's just like... No!
Oh, yeah, it's, from what I understand, that's not a particularly realistic depiction of getting shot in the arm with an arrow. However, as a game mechanic, I love that. So I am easily able to give it a free pass.
What do you mean it's not realistic getting shot in the arm?
Oh, well, I mean, getting shot in the arm with an arrow is, yeah, that is totally a thing that can happen. What isn't a thing is that pulling it out would be more beneficial for you than leaving it in.
I guess it's possibly in the world where, you know, movement and you're likely to get hit again, so you don't want someone grabbing the arrow and, like, pushing it in deeper or something, so it's probably better to, you know, as Ellie would, as you would as a player, you'd get the arrow out and then probably immediately wrap up the bat, use a med kit.
Yeah, so that introduces the scars to the player as, like, well, I mean, as more than just the name.
Yeah.
We see the scars for the first time, and they like to whistle. So I fit right in, except for the fact that they are a cult, so I would not fit right in.
Oh, I don't know, I've seen you play Crash Bandicoot. It's pretty culty to me.
Where was I? Oh, yeah, so they fire arrows at you, and they whistle, and they're very good at tracking, which is really fun because it makes the stealth harder. And it's really annoying because it makes the stealth harder.
Yeah, you've been having fun with dogs, and now with Seraphites.
Yeah. I take it the wolves colloquially refer to them as scars because they have scars of some kind. I mean, they see, judging from a note I've seen, and I haven't stared too long at their faces or anything to corroborate this, but
you need to like grab one, before Ellie slit their throat. You needed to like just be like, oh yeah,
just turn the camera around. Yeah, but one of the notes from a wolf who defected to the Seraphites said, "Oh, I've shaved my head and cut my face." So I imagine the face cutting part is what gives them the scars that the wolves refer to them by. But
Yeah.
you know, maybe if I looked a little closer at the screen, maybe I'd learn
So
something.
you never, I guess you played them. You played it a bit more kind of, you'd probably be keeping an eye out for other enemies, wouldn't you?
Yeah, I didn't focus too hard on their faces. I was focusing too hard on their whistling and getting shot by their arrows and also their rifles. And also some of them who are really burly and have massive sledgehammers.
Yeah. Those guys are fun.
It's certainly something. Yeah, so we get through a lot of Seraphites there and end up at the hospital. And at the hospital, where we hope Abby will be, but she isn't. One of her associates, Nora.
Nora, yeah.
Yeah, she was there. And, Ellie goes for the whole tell me where she is, and she's like, I'll never sell her out to you. And there's a really long chase sequence which just had me thinking, God, if I only had a little extra time to aim, I could just maybe shoot her in the leg or something.
Well, that's the thing about tight corridors, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just that you wouldn't be able to get a good shot off. Without also, it's not silent if you start shooting.
Absolutely. Yeah, and then so some of the other wolves end up chasing Ellie down and realizing she's there. She catches up to Nora, grabs her as a hostage. There's this pit which leads down to the first floor, or the ground floor, or the basement, or something, and it's full of spores. And Nora's like, wait, don't. And Ellie jumps, of course, because she's a-okay with spores being immune.
And it's fucking tactically ridiculous, but amazing. Because Ellie's cornered. She's finally Nora's cornered, but no one knows that Ellie's immune except Ellie.
Yeah. So as far as they're aware, she's already dead.
Yeah. I mean, fair enough, they go down there to try and save Nora, although the moment she breathed those spores in, she was not coming back, so...
Yeah.
It was probably just a matter of, can't let her escape after what she did, I guess.
So, yeah, also I think... I mean, I don't really hold that particular part against Ellie at all, because she didn't really have a choice in that scenario, other than maybe just jumping down herself, which would be really, counterintuitive. But, damn. Infecting someone, essentially. That is cold!
Yeah.
And she catches up to Nora, who's coughing, and she sees Ellie, who isn't coughing, and she's like, oh my god, you're her.
It's you.
You. And Ellie's like, tell me where Abby is. Also help me, I'll hit you with this pole. And she says, no, I won't, I'm already dying anyway.
Why would I give up my friend? And one of the coldest lines Ellie's ever said. Because I can make it quick, or I can make it so much worse. Yeah. And then, most people, I think most people, hesitated when that press square to beat to death button came up. Not Bradley. Psychopath in training over here.
Well, I mean, I was thinking, my thought process was, I'm gonna have to do this anyway, aren't I? Let's just get it over with.
Yeah, sure. That's what he's telling us. That's what he's trying to sell. Are we buying it? I don't think so.
Same guy who was struggling with that part earlier because I insisted on trying to do it sneak through so I wouldn't have to kill as many people.
Yeah, I guess, but I mean, I don't know. Some people change.
Things kill.
What the fuck? What the fuck was that? Bruce, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, and then, of course, it actually worked because she comes back and knows that Abby's at the aquarium.
Hmm.
So yeah, she made it so much worse.
And got the information she wanted.
Needless to say, though, having never carried out a torture, she's rather visibly shaken when she gets back.
Well, I mean, it's, there's lots of things that she tries to do that she saw Joel do over the course of their journey in the first one. But, and while, Joel's done it lots over the 20 years, this is probably the first time Ellie's done a lot of the stuff that he did to survive. And, yeah, she just doesn't have the stomach for it because Ellie is an inherently good person. Even, like the only time she ever commits acts of violence is in defense of herself or when she's fucking out of her mind with grief and rage.
Yeah.
These are the worst fucking... How is this a riddle, Eddie? I'm just destroying militia shields that have been... What purpose do they serve? The militia went around sticking shit on buildings. Why? Anyway, sorry.
Riddle me this, would you care to yield? Or would you like to shoot down every 100 shield?
Okay, that was good. That was so good it made me burp. Okay, you're gonna have to look after this bit because now we get Eddie monologuing and I can't be asked. I can't unzoom.
Zoom. So, wait, where was it? Yeah. And that starts Seattle Day 3. I think.
Wait, there's a flashback.
There was a flashback. Was the flashback for the, was that flashback? The sniping with...
No, that was between when she...
Oh, yeah.
That was when she found Jesse and then went out again to find Nora. That's when that flashback was.
Yes, this was that short one. Where she finds out, she goes back to the hospital, where it all went down at the end of part 1. And, yeah, she finds out of the truth behind what happened there. And Joel finds her, and she says, "You have been lying to me, tell me the truth." And he tells her the truth.
And she wasn't a fan.
Yep, not a fan. And so she said, "We are done. I'll go back to Jackson, but we're done." Which explains why they were in such a poor place, relationship-wise, at the start of the game.
Well, she finally... Because she goes to the hospital because she's always suspected there was something wrong with Joel's lie. And so she finally, goes back to Salt Lake Hospital and finds a recorder stating that by some miracle if they ever found someone else who's immune. And of course the lie from Joel was that
There's loads of other
immune people, and of course, the only person who could do anything with that immunity, the Doctor, is dead. So it doesn't matter now. And but that doesn't confirm everything to Ellie. So when Joel comes looking after her, she gives him an ultimatum. She makes him tell her what happened. All this, you know. Oh shit! Is that under?
Tell me what happened.
Happened here, you know. Or if you lie to me one more time, I'm gone. You'll never see me again. But if you tell me the truth, I'll go back to Jackson, no matter what it is. And
Yeah.
God, the fucking acting from Troy Baker as Joel in that scene. Is the way you see his face crumple.
Mm.
Not in tears, but in fear.
Absolutely.
And then finally he admits making a vaccine would have killed you, so I stopped them. And Ellie has, I guess, a panic attack? Would it be, do you think? Or just a mass, kind of...
Grief attack, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, I mean, it's... I don't know, is that kind of... I mean, she's not really panicking over...
Well,
anything.
her breathing gets really erratic, and
It really does.
she covers her heart, you know, which is kind of some of the signs of a panic attack. You know, it is...
Either way, she is in terrible emotional anguish.
She is in pain. And Joel goes to put his hand on her shoulder and she screams, "Don't touch me. I'll go back, but we're done." And that was it.
Yeah. So
Can you tell I know this game very well?
Yeah, I recognised all of those lines.
Yeah.
So, you know, it makes sense when you say that you've played it a million times and you've watched the cutscenes a million other times.
I haven't played it as many times as the first game. I only have about 160 hours in that second game.
Oh, really? Wow.
Which is, yeah, pretty low. One of my friends has like 200 something. 260,
Oh God,
200,
really?
or maybe even so, but which is kind of which is approximately what I have. I think I have more in part 1 than he does in part 2. But like part 1, both versions, remastered and remake. What the fuck is this one? Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so that I mean, we knew that she was. We knew that there was, you know, a bit of distance between Ellie and Joel at the start of the game. That puts, you know, a bit of a different spin on it for how strong a reaction that was, and how it's not just it's a rather deep disagreement. It's not just some, you know, it's not just your standard drama. You know what I mean? It's not.
Yes.
It's
not forced drama. It is, you know, it is her entire motivation for the first game is to, you know, feel like losing Riley was worth something because it, you know, Riley's sacrifice and hers, you know, like the loss of Riley might have meant something if, you know, because Ellie couldn't die with her from the infection. And in the show, it did kind of speak to the fact that Ellie did have to kill Riley herself, which wasn't really stated in the game. So, you know, maybe she was hoping that finally she'd be at rest and be able to see Riley again, and it would all be worth it if she was going to become the cure, even though she didn't know she was going to die.
Yeah, but with that being the way that it is, I wonder if some part of Ellie, either like, because I feel like, I mean, of course she still must, you know, love him as a father figure and everything. It's just,
Well, I mean, you could be estranged, can't you? And
yeah,
you know, the fact that I don't think, you know, this was what, a year before the event, the main game starts. But the fact that Tommy and Maria don't really seem to know why Ellie isn't speaking to Joel,
yeah,
and the fact that, you know, Jesse is still, you know, surprised that she shouted at Joel, you know, the night before.
yeah.
You know, that he says, and then you got mad at Joel, that part confused me. So it suggests that maybe they were kind of, I guess, keeping up appearances in public, even if they weren't, you know, even if, you know, she did
Yeah.
say, I'll go back to Jackson, but we're done. I don't know, I guess, yeah. It's difficult.
I
It's
mean, I
difficult to
wonder.
really know what their relationship was like after that. You know, maybe she just kind of didn't talk to him, or was just silent with him all the time, except in public, maybe, I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if there isn't a part of Ellie that either wanted to or started to forgive Joel from just from how strongly she's reacted to all of this. You know what I mean?
I guess you have to,
Because
you have to wonder and have to see.
Because I mean, she's super dead set on taking her revenge.
But I mean, even if, you know, that it's that's what's so good about it. It's a very realistic, complicated relationship. You know, he was her dad. She loved him like a father, but you know, you can have mixed emotions there. You know, you can hate someone. You know, love and hate are so close to each other. People think they're opposites, but they're not.
Yeah, but to put a pin on that for a second, because and move on to Seattle Day 3,
Yes.
which I guess I just did in one sitting, actually.
It is the shortest of the days.
There were some cool set pieces in there, though. So it starts out, Ellie wakes up, and she goes over to Jesse, and she goes over to Jesse, and sorry, I just remembered.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she goes over to Jesse and Dina, and Dina's, you know, not looking too well. But, they have a little chat to themselves about the fact that Dina's pregnant, isn't she?
Oh shit.
And Jesse's a bit like, why didn't you tell me? And I'm just thinking, because now's really not the time.
Also, it's not really Ellie's place.
Oh yeah. And there's definitely something for Dina to tell Jesse as opposed to Ellie, but yeah, I can understand why Dina didn't tell Jesse.
Oh.
But I mean, by the same token, I can understand why Jesse is a little miffed that he was left out of the loop. And I mean, from a biological standpoint as well, he's the biological father, isn't he?
Well, I mean, could be Ellie's.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. Oh man.
Although Dina said, "Don't worry, it's not yours." So.
Yeah. So we get through some.
Oh, a crotch shot.
Oh, crotch shot. There we go.
Yep, there you go.
Last chance.
That's weird. I thought I'd, God, there's 2 more explodey boys on this bloody island.
2 more.
Explodey boys. Boys who are going to explode because Riddler put bombs in their heads.
Oh.
And I have to find them and short circuit the bombs, otherwise they go kablooey.
That would be very messy.
Oh my god, did I miss the most fucking obvious trophy of all time?
Depends. Where is it? Am I gonna get to see it?
Yes, you will see it. You'll see it on the stream, but I'm going to be very upset with myself if I... What the shit? If I somehow managed to miss this one. Oh, the green of the Riddler thing really pops on the ground.
Oh,
I did. Oh, I did. What a fucking numpty. When I was saving Nightwing, all I had to do was walk to the fucking left.
Let's see. Wow, yeah, that is right on the table.
And this is where you come to save Nightwing as well. So it's like, you know, it's the only time you come down here in the game. You might as well get that one Riddler trophy. Christ. Wait, actually, I think I'm gonna come out. Oh no, that's a find something somewhere else.
Yes, well, yeah, you know, it's trophies like that that make me question Riddler's whole, like...
Well, he's not actually the one putting them there.
Oh, yeah, he isn't putting them there. I keep forgetting this.
That's why I interrogate people, because they're the ones who put the trophies around. Riddler just sets up the, with the, you know, he gives them the plans and makes them build all the shit, so... Although I guess there's also robots now. All the more extravagant riddles and Riddler trophies are definitely the robots, and all the ones that are just left in a cupboard are definitely the thugs.
Definitely. Yeah, so they get to this part where it's like a boat. They're on a boat, and then we try and get to the boat for a bit, but then Jesse hears about some sniper that's holding them up in the
marina.
The marina. And Jesse's like, "That's got to be Tommy. I'm gonna go get him."
And Ellie's like, "No,
I'm gonna go to the aquarium so I can beat up Abby."
No, I don't think she's just gonna beat up Abby. I think it was going to be a lot more of something so much worse.
Yeah. And then Jesse's like, but Tommy. And Ellie's like, I don't care.
Screw Tommy.
I don't care. We're splitting up if you're really going that way. I'm still going this way, so we're splitting up now. And he's like, damn, I hope it's worth it. He walks off.
Damn, Ellie, that's kind of cold.
Yeah, so then we get the aquarium bit. No, well, not the aquarium bit. The mall where you get the boat. And yeah, I mean, I did do it on my first try, but I kept getting.
You did do it on your first try, but it took you so long. I thought, is he?
I must have died a couple of times.
Yeah, because I kept looking away for a second. Well, not I kept looking away and then coming back and then looking back, and I was like, he's still there. What is he doing? It turns out, but you did it mostly undetected, which is like,
yeah, mostly
fucking wild. I've never it's like I do the first 5 or 6 of those bastards by, you know, all stealthy, and then as soon as I get detected, it's just like, nah, okay, time for all of you to die gruesomely via shotgun.
Yeah, which would be my strategy as well, but the enemies don't drop any. What was that? You hit the thing and it didn't activate.
Oh, that would have been so cool if I managed that. Oh wait, it just goes back up. Okay, great.
Yeah, but the boat, and you get to
drive the boat. What were the old? You were fascinated by the alternate controls.
Yeah,
what were they?
Right, when you get into the boat, it says, okay, use the stick to move the boat, and if you want to go backwards, use L2. And I thought, oh, that's quite interesting. Usually when you get a vehicle, they make you hold down R2, use the stick to steer it, and then L2 on reverse.
Yeah.
And then a little bit later, it tells me you can go into, you can change the controls of the boat in the accessibility bit. And I was like, I wonder what the alternate controls are. So I go in there and it's R2 to move forward,
yeah,
stick to steer, L2 to go backwards. And I thought, what's this? That's weird. And like the best part was, it says the default controls are for, you know, the default controls are the accessibility option essentially. And you can turn it back to non-accessible if you want. Which I guess you can do if you want, but like,
I guess maybe it's more. Yeah, I don't know.
I like the controls of the boat as they were because it kind of made it feel different.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
it's
a car or something anyway.
a bit more unique.
Yeah. But I'm sure there are purists out there who are like, I'm in a vehicle, I want to use R2 to go forwards!
God damn, where is this explodey boy?
Can't you use, do you have to, like, look at him with the...
Yeah, you have to...
Can't use detective mode or something?
No, the Batarang just scans them one at a time.
Damn.
So I've got to... There he is. Okay, cool. Found him.
So there was this train that was fallen down a bit, and you solve a little rope puzzle so you can get around, and there's a sniper's nest, and I thought, oh wow, next set of enemies coming my way are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah, but didn't you just like go, actually no, can't be asked with you, and snuck around them?
Well, I got most of the guys, and then the last one just decided to not come out of cover. So I thought, okay, I'll just walk up then. Fine, if you won't approach me, if you won't get out into the open where I can snipe you, if you're going to be sensible and stay in the back, fine, I guess I have to use my legs and walk over. Yeah, but when I went in there, I was pleasantly surprised to see that, you know, there's all the expected things, you know, the nooks and crannies, crawl spaces, and lots of cover. You can take it in a much more assertive fashion if you want. Yeah, that was a pretty cool set piece, especially with the train that had just fallen down off of its tracks, and you could kind of climb up it. I really liked that. Get forwards a bit, and then there's this arcade area with a gate that we've got to open. So okay, let's go around. Oh shit, a bloater! Bloater boss fight.
Oh yeah, shit. It's like, wondered if you fucks were in Seattle.
Yeah, turns out those fucks are in Seattle, and in fact.
Wait, did she say fucks rather than fuckers?
I can't recall.
Maybe it was fucks. I feel like Ellie, yeah, she wouldn't use the grammatically. Yeah. Would it be fuckers grammatically correct, and is fucks wrong, or is it still technically right? Does it really matter? Is there a grammar to swear words? Is it a American thing to say fucks rather than fuckers? These are lots of questions and lots of bleeped on the automated subtitles once the streaming's done. If someone's just reading the subtitles, they're going to be very confused. Grammatical errors of bleep, bleep, bleep.
Yes, the grammatical structure of that. Yes, this bloater also happens to have been a dentist.
It's just not dignifying that with a response at all. Come on, Bradley, say fuckers. For a dying man.
This particular fucker happens to have been...
He said it! I'm so proud of you!
God, I dropped an F-bomb, what am I gonna do?
You're gonna drink more alcohol, that's what you're gonna do.
This guy happens to have been a dentist when he was uninfected, and reverting to his instincts, he politely asks Ellie to open wide. And by that, I mean I died to this guy because he ripped my jaw off.
And you hadn't discovered my saving grace from that fight. in the old skill tree.
What, like endure or something? Does that?
No. There's a weapon that you get quite late if into the but it's only in the, you only get it once you get the it's one of the pills crafting tree thing, not crafting trees, thingy trees. Skill tree. That's it.
So there was a. Is it smoke bombs? I can't think for the life of me what it would have been.
I think you'll find it eventually.
Well, regardless, on the second try, I did beat it by throwing a Molotov or two at it and then spamming rifle.
Yes, you got some good headshots on that thing while it was running towards you, which is impressive.
Yeah, I mean that is the joy of having a dodge button.
No, I just mean like when I'm playing Last of Us, I can get a good headshot in stealth and from far away and whatnot. But the moment some fucker's running towards me, all my anxiety just gets it, and I can't hit them in the head for shit.
Yeah. I know that feeling. They're coming at you and you're just kind of panicking. You're like, oh god,
yeah.
I gotta shoot.
Although that said, bloaters' heads are so big.
Yes, they are. They're probably the easiest to hit. From a size of target standpoint. But the intimidation factor makes it very difficult to keep your head on your shoulders.
Wee.
And also your jaw on your head.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a really gnarly kill thingy.
Yeah,
animation.
I've never seen it with Ellie. I've seen there are other bloater kills, aren't there?
Oh, I'm sure there are. I just haven't seen them.
I've seen it with Joel lots of times, but yeah, I don't think I ever died to that bloater. I did die to the other one in the flashback.
Is there one for standing in the nasty mist for too long, or does that just set you to one life point?
The nasty mist?
Yeah, it throws smoke bombs at you.
I think you aren't they acid spores? So I think that's the shamblers, isn't it? The shamblers you kind of like melt and go all red. I think you just choke and fall over.
Ah, right.
Can I get the angle on this? Nope. Okay, great.
But then we. Oh man, the aquarium's in sight. Ellie, the boat just craps out on us. Ellie decides to swim the rest of the way. I'm thinking, God, this has got to be the coldest swim ever because it's raining.
And it's just the sea as well.
And it's the sea. So yeah, she gets into the aquarium though, sneaks about a bit. There's a very definite sense of something is about to happen, and it uses things.
There's a definite foreboding, isn't there?
Exactly. Yeah, it really winds you up and you know something's about to happen. You're just waiting for it to pop out and happen. Which, yes, it does happen. And what it is Ellie standing up two wolves called Owen and Mel, according to the subtitles. And
subtitles, the guide to Pukerton characters that you haven't met yet.
Yeah.
Or don't remember meeting anyway.
Well, I suppose they were there, weren't they? I definitely remember Owen when he was there, and of course we had the Polaroids of all those characters as well.
Yes.
Their names, so I suppose that's where their names come from. But, rambling aside...
But you do it so good.
Thank you.
Oh wait, shit, how do I... Is there a ramp?
Ellie's like... Ellie pulls the you point to the map, and then you point to the map, and then if they're the same, they'd better be the same. Except they don't do that, and they get into a bit of a scuffle, and Ellie kills them both. And then, with his last gasp, Owen, well, gasps out, "She's pregnant." Ellie is visibly taken aback, and goes over to confirm, muttering no, no, no to herself. Opens up Mel's jacket, and yes, she definitely was. And this shakes Ellie to the damn core, and she looks like she's about to throw up. But then Tommy and Jesse come in.
Did you notice something about the first time that Tommy said Ellie?
Was it a little more like Joel's voice?
It was Joel's voice, yes.
It just was Joel's voice.
It was Joel's voice. Do you remember the last time that Ellie's hearing when, well, just said goodbye to her in a moment of shocking trauma?
No.
David.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So, you know how she, destroys David's face with the machete.
Machete. Big knife.
Butcher's cleaver, whatever it's called. Well, her... Just
Not entirely undeserved, of course.
Yeah, the noise she stops hearing. She stops hearing what Joel's saying.
Yeah. And there's that kind of that
it's that ringing that she experiences in moments of real trauma, and that happens again here. It happens when Joel dies as well.
Oh yeah, it did.
Oh, I fucked it, lads! Oh, I did fuck it.
Oh, I'm watching this.
I almost fucked it. I didn't fuck it.
Oh my god! Wow.
Just made it. Just made it.
That is as just as it gets.
Yep.
My god.
I'm a lucky fucker. Anyway, yes.
Tommy comes in and Jesse comes in, and I'm like, yeah, they both made it out.
Oh yeah, you were so happy that both Tommy and Jesse were there together.
Yeah, because as Jesse was, as Ellie was swimming to the aquarium, I mentioned just offhand to you, I hope Jesse's okay. I mean, he's a main character, but this is Last of Us. I know better than to think that means he's gonna be fine.
Yep.
And then he came in fine. I was like, oh, thank God.
You were very happy. You were very satisfied with yourself for that moment.
Tommy and Jesse are okay. Great. Good.
And Tommy's come in, and Ellie's heard Tommy's brother using Tommy's using his brother's voice in that scene. Exactly like Joel just shouts Ellie in that moment before.
Yeah.
It's all connected.
And then Tommy and Jesse are like, let's get back to the theatre. And the screen pans over to the map that Ellie dropped in the scuffle.
Oh yeah, just before they return to the theatre.
Yeah, and like, God, if only she picked up that goddamn map, but she was in too much of a state to even like understand what's going on practically, let alone pick up clean up after her tracks and all of that. But regardless, the map was evidently found by
an unwelcome visitor.
Yes, an unwelcome visitor called Abby. Dun, dun, dun. Like they're just Tommy and Jesse and Ellie are all talking about how they should get back to Jackson, and they really should get back to Jackson. Ellie's a bit upset that they didn't manage to get Abby in particular, but kind of sort of seems to accept, yeah, let's go back. We've gone through enough already. Tellingly, in her journal, she does write something along the lines of, "I don't know if I can tolerate this. It's too painful." Which
wait, what? Who said that? Sorry.
Ellie in the journal.
Oh right. Wait, what did she say? Damn, I don't think I've ever read the journal in that bit.
She says, there's a bit more than that, but that was the bit that stood out to me. But it's.
I really wish once you finish the game in the menu, there was like with the old Uncharted where you could go through his journal and all the objects and stuff just in the menu, and it would just have a pair of Nate's hands, animated, and you could just go from the end, with everything you'd collected. I really wish there was a way to do that with Ellie in this second one, where you could just go through the entire journal. Anyway, sorry, yeah. So, I'll have to look that up. I'll have to find that. Exactly what she said there.
Yeah, because yeah, so clearly, her state of mind at the time is enough that she's like, let's pack it in. Actually, this is getting a bit too much. So she does agree to just leave Abby, go back to Jackson with Dina and Jesse and Tommy, but then shooty bang bang happens. Abby's here. Just got Tommy at gunpoint. Bang! There goes Jesse. Shot in the head. And just before I thought, and just as I thought,
watch that lightning bolt curve. By the way, in a second, you'll see that
the lightning bolt chose him.
It did. I mean, it was in my, in my advantage for it to hit him, but it's still pretty bullshit.
Yeah,
I mean, I guess it was his advantage as well, because he would have blown up if not for me.
That is true. But yeah, just as I was thinking, maybe it was just a glancing blow. Maybe it just scuffed him across the cheek, and he's actually going to get up after this sequence. Camera just decides, hey, come here. Look at his face. Does that look alive to you, Bradley? I'm like, I guess it doesn't. Damn.
That's really sad. I was just like, Jesse, but it was like I knew. I didn't know you doubted it. I'm so sorry. You lost him twice.
Well,
in a way.
I guess in quick succession, I suppose.
Yeah.
It was a bit of like, well, maybe. I mean, that looked pretty bad, but maybe. And it just confirmed it. Abby's got Tommy at gunpoint. She says, "Ellie, drop your weapon." Well, I don't.
Well,
Really see her
stand
weapon.
up, actually.
Stand up.
Throw
Toss
your
weapon.
Yeah.
She's like, okay. She throws her weapon. She's like, we let you two live, and you wasted it. Cut to black. And we're in 4 years ago. Abby sequence 4 years ago. I'm just like, oh my god, way to just like leave me hanging on that.
The thing is, how long was that cut to black for you, do you think?
How long was it black?
Yeah, how long did it maintain the...
God, that felt like, I don't know, at least 5 seconds, maybe 10.
Yeah, I'm fairly... Because every time I've seen it after that first time I played it, it didn't feel that long. I actually think they've programmed it so the first time you play it, it's longer.
Really?
Yeah. Or it was just my own head basically being mean to me, so the black lingered for a lot longer, and I was like, wait, is that it? I actually thought it was just going to cut to credits and it was going to be to be continued in The Last of Us Part 3, or even worse, that was it.
Yeah, that would be brutal.
Imagine if that just cut to credits. Like,
yeah,
fuck.
I mean, you'd have to assume, then, that she pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
And the reason that it just cuts to black is because it's it's Ellie's viewpoint.
Yeah, and we've lost her.
Yeah. Just, wow, that would be messed up. I didn't think that myself, but
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know what it was about it, but I did. You know, it felt like a good 10-15 seconds for me that first time.
I mean, it's classic.
Maybe it was my head and the kind of it was like my heart was pumping, and because I'll tell you now, I was not having a good time playing that first part of the game. Like, I did not like seeing Ellie go down that road. And just, and everything that was happening to her was just making it worse.
Yeah.
I kept persevering because the gameplay was so fun. Murder, guys, it's fun.
Murder's fun, woo!
It's like there's no consequences and definitely no guilt.
Absolutely.
Hey, look, it's that ha guy who took a strange turn. Henry Adams, his initials.
Adams. Yeah.
Oh, there he is.
I forget. When I pointed that out all those episodes ago, was that the first time you heard it or not? Because I can't...
I don't remember. It's quite possible that I never noticed it before you said it. Yeah. But also, it's possible that as I've played this game twice every summer since 2015, that I kind of acknowledged it. And I think the most likely time for me to acknowledge it was after I read the 7th volume of Scott Snyder's Batman run, where he was just like hiding loads of shit like that because his Joker is a fucking criminal, is like just a real, like, he's really clever. And like all these taunts, and like he's not really hiding his identity, because he turns out to be this I won't tell you actually in case I can ever get you to read it. It's such a fucking good run. You could get the entire thing into omnibuses as digital omnibuses.
Where was I?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh yeah, the black screen.
Well, it cuts to black, yeah.
Yeah, the way it cuts to black in Last of Us after some really intense shit, and just there's just all you see is the black screen,
and then you hear a voice,
and then you're just like aware of how tense you are, and you kind of just
relax a little bit.
Relax a bit. Yeah, just like, oh god, I've forgotten to breathe.
Ivy?
Kind of thing.
Why the fuck did Ivy put so many fucking plants in?
Oh, that is a lot of plants.
Oh, it's another one of these fuckers. God damn, there's so many of these.
But yeah, it's we're now playing a flashback sequence of Abby in the 4 years ago.
Yes.
So yeah, there's that.
And that's where you left off?
That's where I left it off because I was tired and we'd just seen a lot of rather intense cutscenes and also...
I think you were actually thinking about going on at first, but you asked, is that a good place to stop? And I said, yeah.
Yeah.
You did actually sound like you wanted to go on, personally.
I do want to go on, absolutely. I mean, there's...
I do want to go on in the long term, but in that moment... No, I meant in that moment you looked like you were like, I want to find out more. But
yeah,
I would have made you stop anyway, even if you said, I want to go on. It's like, nah, you need to cool your jets, mate.
Yeah.
I can't really remember how I split it my first time, you know. Because I'm fairly sure I played that. Like, I played day 3 all the way through into that, and possibly a bit further all in one go. Day 2, I think I might have done in two bits. But I was like playing this like all day. I took my time a lot more than some people, because like loads of people had finished it the day it released. Like they were fucking crazy.
Like you get one of the game releases, and then like 1 hour later, someone's released
a full game, a full walkthrough.
Game into like final boss and ending, all bosses walkthrough, and it's just like how?
Well, I mean there are with digital release release it now it comes out at
midnight.
Yeah, midnight, so it makes sense that some people would have stayed up.
Oh my god,
and played it.
Subtitles of that thug.
What did he say?
Okay, I'll go on a couple of riots.
But I can't stay out all night.
Can't stay out all night. It's my turn to watch the kids tomorrow.
Yep. Because, of course, a criminal in Gotham... likely to be divorced.
Yeah, but he's no deadbeat. Professionals have standards.
Well, except the thugs that say, I promised my kid a toy, remind me to hit a toy shop.
Yeah.
Nice, dude, nice.
Yeah, so yeah, that's about it for The Last of Us right now.
Yes. So that's what happened. How are you feeling? Tell me, Bradley. How are you feeling?
I'm feeling like a
pincushion that's been stabbed.
Yeah, I'm feeling like you know, like that. How I said last night about the dramatic irony of me praising
saying,
Jesse,
I hope Jesse's okay.
Jesse.
Yeah.
I hope he's okay. And then here's you just thinking, better not mention anything that's about to happen.
I mean, if you listen to some of these back, there's so many times where I don't get close to spoiling anything big, but just like telling you, like, I guess game structure.
Yeah.
Even like simple stuff like that, so you know how much is left, I guess.
Yeah.
That's something I've struggled with. I haven't been the best at, is not telling you, you've got 10 hours left, or, whatever. I think an average playthrough is about 14 hours. I'd say.
definitely not an average playthrough at this point. Oh, actually, if
It
this is
shows
close
you
to
when
the end,
you load when you go onto the load game screen.
Hmm. Yes. But yeah, the Jesse thing was pretty shocking.
Jesse deserved better.
Jesse deserved better. God, for some reason I thought you were going to end it with that, and I was about to go off.
Wait, what?
I thought Jesse deserved. I thought the sentence was ending that instead of better. I was about to go off.
Jesus Christ! No, I love Jesse. I've told you all the way through how much I love Jesse.
Yeah, same. How can you not love Jesse? He's such he's a great friend to Dina and Ellie.
He would have been so he's like fucking he's so supportive, despite the fact that Ellie's basically stolen his girlfriend.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, and he might have a kid with her.
Yeah. He would have been such a great dad to that baby.
Yeah. Ah, man.
Yeah, the guy hears that his two besties have gone out to
Seattle, and suddenly she's pregnant.
And he just goes
You leave
out
him alone
himself.
for 5 seconds.
He goes out by himself. No backup. He's like, I've got to go help.
It's like that early lines where he says, I split up with my girl for 1 week, and you do that. And it's like, I leave you alone with my ex for 1 week, and you get her pregnant, Ellie? What the fuck?
Yeah. And he doesn't even hold. He holds like no grudges towards them for like leaving him behind, even though he said, "I would have come if you asked me."
Yeah.
And, or the fact that he wasn't told about Dina's pregnancy. Like, he just takes it in stride, you know.
I think Jesse is actually the most unproblematic character in all of The Last of Us.
He probably is. He is too pure for this world.
Well, actually, I don't know. What do you think of Maria?
Maria? I don't know. We don't see enough of her, I feel like. I mean, she said
some pretty nasty shit about Joel in the show, but I don't really know if that's what she thought about him in the game. She seemed, like, I don't know.
Also, I much don't get my man killed, Joel.
Yeah. Also, I don't know how much she's done to survive, because she set Jackson up with her father, so maybe they did that quite early, and she hasn't really... Because I get the feeling that she could totally survive outside of Jackson, but I don't know how much of the really ruthless shit I could see, or, I would kind of expect Maria to have done in the 20 years or beyond. I definitely think she's hardy. That's what, if they make a third game, that would be cool if Maria was like a kind of, a side character. So, rather than going hunting with Tommy, you go, hunting with Maria or something.
Yeah.
Depending on who you play as.
That is true.
We don't know who's going to make it out alive.
Absolutely not.
Because Bradley's been staying off the Wikipedias and the spoiler thing on the internet. Of course he has.
Of course. Do I look like a fool?
Well, I mean, I haven't seen you in a while. You could have changed your appearance and now look like a fool.
Fair.
I love how easily you take that. Like, was that an insult? I don't know, just agree with him, fuck it. I get away with too much shit on these streams.
Oh, where was I? I'm sure I had a point about what... Oh yeah, Maria.
Dylan, you're an arsehole, there we go. You made me play The Last of Us. I got connected to Jesse, and now I'm heartbroken forever.
You sat there giggling while I was talking about how I wanted Jesse to be okay, weren't you?
Actually, I mean, my face was more similar to the kind of gritted teeth of pain. I suppose.
Just like knowing what's about to happen, but knowing you can't tell me what's about to happen.
Yep, that would be.
Yeah, that was pretty rough though. But Maria, as regards Maria, that I at the start of the game she does pull the whole. Well, Tommy's out here. Make of that what you will. I mean, I'm not saying you need to go out and get him, but he's out here in Seattle.
Yeah.
Which is where they probably are.
Bring back my idiot husband in one piece, please.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't actually get to see much of Tommy in the first game, didn't we?
No, you just get that. You get the opening, and then you get the scene with him in Jackson. But the section in him. No, not even with Jackson, is it? It's in the power plant.
Yeah.
And then he agrees to take Ellie. Ellie finds issue with that. You go to find Ellie with him. And that's it. And then in this, you've got the parts of day 3 and the flashback, and is that it?
Parts in day 3. Well, you see him. Did you see him a bit at the start of the game? Don't you? Like they have a. Oh, they
no, you talk to Maria. Yeah, Joel rides back with him. You're right. Yeah.
Yeah, there's the Joel rides back with him, and then the bit where he goes into Ellie's house and he says, "Joel would want you to not go on a revenge quest." Well, and then he immediately goes on a revenge quest.
Well, it's more he's Maria talking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Do you think, fuck me, Tommy says, I can't say I would have done different. Do you think if Tommy had actually taken Ellie the rest of the way to the Fireflies, do you think he would have been killed by the hunters at the start of winter? Do you think he would have got impaled?
Ooh, it's hard to say, actually. I mean, he isn't Joel, so he would have done some things differently, wouldn't he? Not necessarily better or worse. So I can't help but feel that the whole sequence with the rebar might not have happened at all. I mean, he could have been injured in some other way as well. In fact, there's probably lots of close shaves that Joel has that Tommy might have fallen a little further into. But I mean, they seem pretty. They're both, good survival. So they're both good at surviving.
Yeah, I just, whether maybe I just wondered whether you think that maybe Tommy's time in Jackson may have not prepared him for David's lot and all of that. So I don't, it's not really about how good he was at surviving, but could he have survived being impaled if the exact same thing had happened to him as to Joel? And then the next follow-up question: do you think Tommy would have saved Ellie at the hospital, or do you think he would have let her become the vaccine or the cure?
So basically,
because he was a Firefly, don't forget.
I've got one question beforehand. That bit with Joel and Tommy at the start of the game, when does that take place?
When they get back from what Joel's done, because it's basically a catch up for the audience, but he tells Tommy, maybe I was, he's like saying we found the Fireflies. Maybe I was starting to buy into all that cure nonsense, but we made it, and because of her, they were finally going to make a cure. The only
I
thing
think.
was it would have killed her, and Tommy goes, "Jesus, Joel, what would you do?" And Joel just looks at him and then says, "I stopped them."
I think he wouldn't have, because I interpret. Can't say I'd have done any different as. I can't say I'd have done any different if my daughter were in the position of Ellie. Because, I mean, the only time he's at this point, the only time he's met Ellie is that first bit in Jack's.
Yeah,
the
but he
power.
did immediately understand what she meant to Joel, because he volunteered to take her after seeing her with, and he was like, "Oh shit, he's found, a daughter." But it isn't his daughter, and no matter how close they would have come in the rest of that journey, it's an interesting question. It's an interesting thing to wonder about. But
I'd be more inclined to say he wouldn't, but if he did, I think he'd be doing it
for Joel,
for Joel's sake as well. Not just for Ellie, but for Joel.
Let me throw one more wrench in the works of that thought process then for you, unfortunately, just to be a real dickhead about it.
Okay.
It has been stated that if Joel had got his way and had gotten rid of Ellie in that moment, he did not plan to carry on his own without Tess, without Ellie. He wouldn't have stayed in Jackson. He would have gone on his own, and he wouldn't have gone far because he would have killed himself.
Well, that's rather terrible.
So, and I wonder if Tommy might have understood that, and if Joel was gone by the point he got, or Tommy suspected Joel might have been gone by the time, would he have saved Ellie, or would he have let Ellie do what she wanted?
That depends on two things. Him knowing, I mean,
it would depend on him knowing, but I mean, it depends how well he knows his brother.
Yeah, because he is his brother, so he I mean, like you say, maybe he noticed something was up with Joel at the time, and that he needed Ellie as much as Ellie needed him.
Yeah, which I think he did cotton on to.
Which must be part of the reason why he refused. Because, I mean, why would he out and out refuse? I mean, granted, he's got Jacksonville to look after.
And Maria.
Maria. But, especially considering he was a former Firefly, he most likely sympathises with the with what they're trying to do there, at the very least, and how important Ellie is for the survival of the human race. Kind of thing, getting that vaccine. That is rather interesting. Like Marvel's What Ifs. They need to do a What If.
Yeah, I've got a load for The Last of Us. Yeah, I've got a load of What Ifs for The Last of Us. I would, if I ever met Neil Druckmann, I would annoy the fuck out of him with my What Ifs.
What if? What if Joel got bit at the start rather than Tess?
I mean, he has actually said that the story could have, would work. The story would work if it was, Joel's son who died at the start. If it was, if it was Tess who survived and carried on with Ellie or with a boy.
Because the funny thing about that, the test thing, the one little wrinkle I can think of is that whether or not they'd look for Tommy, per se.
I mean, it was Tess's idea for Joel to find Tommy.
Okay. So it was.
Because he was an ex-Firefly, so...
in that case, it would be...
Whether she'd feel able to go to Tommy after losing Joel, though.
Hmm.
In fear that he might have blamed her, I suppose.
Yes.
Are you... have we exhausted Last of Us and What Ifs? Would you like to...
Yes, I suppose I better talk Batman movies.
Only if you're done. I can. You know me. I can talk about Last of Us till until the heat death of the universe.
Yeah. But I think for the time being, I am done.
Yes. Well, we'll inflict more trauma on you next week, and then.
Yep. Then I can be more. Although I've just got a feeling that since we've just had such a high rise of tension, we're probably gonna get at least a little bit of levity.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
You would think.
You would think.
Never know. You never know. This is Last of Us. You can never tell how many times they're gonna punch you in the gut.
Punch you in the gut, punch you in the balls. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Someone is going to be hurt, and it's going to be hurt in the stomach. I was thinking about something, actually.
Related to getting hurt in the stomach?
Yeah, actually.
Okay.
I think there's one thing I've kind of... Because I've been... Oh, shit, yeah, I forgot to tell you this. I might need to totally call out my own bullshit with the our Last of Us episodes ranking list.
But why?
Because I put episode 1 quite low, and I've rewatched it recently, and it is fucking great.
Oh, okay.
Where's the red guy gone?
Oh God. Just thought of how... Wow, I'm gonna be the one sitting there thinking, I know how this plays out, when the mainstream audience is saying, TV audience is saying, oh wow, this new character Jesse is great. I hope nothing happens to him. But anyway, Batman movies. How many Riddler trophies have you got to get, by the way?
240, I believe.
Remaining?
Is riddles. No, not remaining, that's in total.
Oh, right.
Would you like a progress update?
Yes, let's just... So that I can tell how far through this sequence we are. So, I see. Riddles solved, 170.
So every 15 explosives counts as one riddle, or every 10 in some cases.
Okay.
It's annoying that there's occasionally these trophies that you have to go to a different part of the map to find the activation for it. It's like a race. But yeah, so 170 out of 243. I'm really annoyed that that guy just fucked off and didn't come up on my scanner, so I couldn't zap him. That is some bullshit. So we're about halfway there-ish.
Yeah, okay.
But I've done this before, so I mean, I'm doing it a lot quicker. I can do this in like a weekend. In previous times, I've spent like a week hunting all the guys down to interrogate them, and then it will take me like a weekend, playing it, not all the time, but like, playing a good 2 hours or something of it on both days of the weekend, and it's done suddenly. What the fuck am I doing? Anyway, yeah, so that first episode of The Last of Us is really good, but the gut hurt feeling, right?
Yes.
So, I was kind of thinking about the show and the game, and I think the show is really good in the fact that, but in the way that it makes it's a lot lighter in some moments, and it makes you feel, well, it makes me feel happy. The show in a lot more ways. My least favorite episode is the one episode where they go, "Oh, you were happy? You were having a fun time in that episode with his brother? Fuck you! Have a horrible time." That. So that the show make me feel happy. But my feelings of just thinking about the game alone, it's a lot more complicated than that. And as you kind of questioned, my feelings about the game is a feeling of kind of emotional confusion in my gut that is quite painful. When I think about the Last of Us games, it's not just simply being happy, except in moments of being sad. It is so mixed up. And the fact that listening to the soundtrack, as I do a lot when I work, that there are certain parts of the soundtrack, the music from the Left Behind soundtrack, that actually is featured when you first load up the game. So you get those, so you get the boing, boing, as the curtains appear on the menu. The fact that that gets me in the chest, and I suddenly feel this well of sadness, but also just, like, happy memory. That is such a strong emotion and feeling, and I don't really think I've got that, at least not yet, from the show. The show just made me feel a lot happier.
Well, that's good.
It's good, but it's not totally the last, what I expected, but
I guess so.
it's just a weird thing. It's like The Last of Us. It shouldn't just make me feel happy. I should feel sad. But yeah, that's that. That was a pointless ramble. I do apologise. It didn't go anywhere. I was trying to make a point, and it didn't do anything. Please talk about Batman.
That's cool. I like to hear things like that.
But make no
These
sense.
therapy sessions aren't just for you, I mean me. Aren't just for me.
That came out as super passive aggressive. These therapy sessions aren't just for you,
Oh, how one word can change everything in the sentence. God damn. Let's sweep that under the rug for a second, talk about Batman movies. Please let me hide my shame by talking about Son of Batman and Batman versus Robin.
Fuck. Batman versus Robin, yeah.
Yeah, so, it was only after the fact that I, looked up certain things, and by certain things I mean how, because I saw Year One first, of course. I went by your list, so I did Year One, and then I did
Under the Hood.
Red Hood. Under the Hood.
I love how the list of essentials that I sent you basically goes from Batman's first month as Batman. Are you serious? Oh, and then to he's had a full Robin who's now become his own hero in a different city. Oh, and he's lost his second Robin who's now come back. And then it jumps and skips an entire Robin, and now he has a son. Like, I just love the time jumps in that movie list.
Yes, it does rather, doesn't it? But partially because of that and partially because of the art styles, I thought, okay, these are two separate kinds of movies, or two separate canons.
It was,
separate.
yeah, it was basically, there was a Flashpoint movie which reset the animation style and and the voice actors and shit.
Yeah.
So, do you know who Rainn Wilson is?
Rainn Wilson?
Yes.
Is that the person or the character? Like the act?
Person. The actor.
I do not.
He
Not off the
played
top of my
Dwight
head.
in The American Office.
What? Hey, what? Him?
Yes.
Oh, wow. And he was who?
Oh, he's not in that one, but in that series, he plays Lex Luthor.
Oh, wow.
And the first time I saw that credit, I was like, "What the fuck?" But I saw a clip of him from a movie later on, and I was, "Oh my god!" Because by that point I'd rewatched The Office a lot of times, so I was like, "Oh shit, yeah, I can hear Dwight now." But the first time, when I kind of had a vague knowledge of The Office, I was like, "Really, Dwight?"
Yes. One thing I was surprised by was hearing, and this is jumping forward to Batman vs. Robin, but the Grandmaster of the Court of Owls was voiced by Robin Atkin Downes, which I was surprised. I don't know why I was surprised, but I was surprised.
I don't know who that is, unfortunately.
He has played. He's played a lot of characters from a lot of games I've.
Wasn't Talon a very familiar voice?
As in Talon, as in the guy.
Talon, the one that Damien was kind of hanging out with for most of the film.
Yes. No.
Are you sure? Have you looked up the credit?
I'm just looking up the credit now.
Totoro, Totoro. 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 Totoro.
Jeremy Sisto.
Really?
Is that not who he is?
That wasn't who I thought it was.
Who did you think it was?
Let me check. Hang on. Talon. Oh. What the fuck?
So, who did you think it was? Because I imagine that the person you thought it was someone.
Oh, he was just someone in the court. Well, that's non-specific.
Oh, someone in the court.
Yeah, it just says court. Great. Thanks for that, guys. Court. Lovely. Great crediting there. Anyway, yes. Tell me what you thought of the court and the first one.
I thought
What do you think of Damien?
Damien.
Because I love the fact that both Damien haters and Damien like people who love Damien and his like their favorite Robin like me, they all say the exact same thing. It's just how they say it is slightly different.
I see. So it's the difference between Damien's such a cocky little shit versus Damien's such a cocky little shit.
Or yeah, I mean the common one is, I love the little demon child, or the devil's spawn. What do we got? We got a Riddler trophy here. Oh fuck, is that one? Yeah, let's get the difficult one out of the way, shall we?
I'm not like a massive fan myself. I wouldn't say I'm a hater per se, but
Well, no, it's that. I mean, you're so early on. I mean, I guess it's also difficult because, I am never going to show you the fucking film that finalizes his character development over the course of the series
why not?
because it's one of the worst things ever created.
Oh, what's it called for research purposes? I mean, for out of curiosity.
No, I will never ever show you that or even let you know what that film is.
Holy moly! Okay, fair enough. But yeah, I suppose.
I recycled my copy of that.
Whoa! Okay.
Like, I found out that there's like people that can basically take all of the elements of it and just recycle it naturally, so it doesn't harm the environment. You don't burn it, you don't bin it. It actually just gets totally broken down into its elements and recycled.
Good.
Yes.
So less wasteful.
I didn't want to just sell it and, someone else would get the same fucking anger and trauma and hate that I feel for that film. But yeah, that is the way. Oh, fuck is there? Let's do that and that first then.
Yeah. Well, needless to say, I think I've already mentioned how I disliked Talia in this film.
Yes, yeah. Don't worry. We don't have to go back over your trauma with poor Talia al Ghul. She does not get better.
Damn.
But yeah, no, Damien is a deliberately grating personality at the start. He's a 10-year-old who's been told from birth he is, a super assassin who's going to take over the League of Assassins one day.
Yeah.
Oh, also he's the son of the Batman, and he feels like he has to prove himself compared to all of these other children that Batman has adopted over time who, it's all an inferiority complex really because, Batman chose them. Damien was kept out of his father's life for a long time. And might feel dejected or rejected for...
Yes. Yeah, so what happened in that film? Let me think. Oh yeah, Deathstroke is a League assassin in this film. And in fact was the right hand of Raish. And then he decides to come back. He gets kicked out of the League. And he comes back, at the start of the movie, he comes back and just shoots the shit out of everyone in the League. He can take it over.
Because, of course, guns beat swords, even if you're a League of Assassin ninja.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, to be fair, was like a fair weakness that I'm amazed no one ever exploited before now.
So, when he does so, Talia and Damien escape to
Gotham.
Gotham.
I can't believe Race just dies in this film.
Yeah.
So like nothing. Man, it's crazy.
Like, he just gets killed. Immolated, basically. Which is, from what I understand, is a particularly nasty way to go. But at least he had a cool sword fight scene.
And Damien was the one who took Deathstroke's eye, which is a cool change.
So how does he usually lose his eye?
Oh, lots of different ways. It's constantly being retconned. The one time he got his eye back, he then had to sacrifice it to get one of his kids back, I think. You know, as you do every day. Classic.
Yeah, just the normal, just the usual. So,
Oh my
yeah.
god, really?
Talia comes over, she says, hey,
Oh my... Wow,
here's
okay.
your son. Take care of your son. Bye. And you know, there's lots of wacky hijinks involved with Damien not seeming to accept Bruce's methods and the like. But mainly Damien wants revenge on Deathstroke. He wants to take out Ubu and Deathstroke himself.
And that's how Damien meets Nightwing.
Yeah.
I love that scene.
Yeah, just they start.
Oh my
to
god!
fight.
Get in the fucking Batmobile, you useless batted crap.
Jump cut to Damien restrained and
Dick severely hurt.
yeah. And oh yeah, Deathstroke found Langstrom and wanted to use him to make a serum that could make some super soldiers for him. So he does the only sensible thing and
Kidnaps his wife.
Kidnaps his wife and kid and puts them in Castlevania. So now
Castlevania?
now that they're at risk of being bitten by Dracula at some point.
Cool. I feel like this is a lot of references I don't get.
Oh, just a game series, Castlevania.
Oh, I see. Okay.
I just thought the architecture.
I thought it was Transylvania that Dracula was from.
Oh yeah. Castlevania. It's a rather interesting series that decides to take
liberties.
I mean, it was its own canon at some for the first few titles.
Right.
Then they made one for the Sega, whatever the Sega was called, like Genesis or something, Master System maybe, something like that. And they decided, you know what? You know Bram Stoker's Dracula. Let's just make that canon to our stuff. Like that was totally a thing that happened in the past. But
I mean,
yeah,
fair enough.
It's similar-ish, so I said.
Oh my god, what the?
Regardless, yeah. So they get Langstrom. They beat up some man-bats. They go and rescue his family. Deathstroke kidnaps Talia. I know. They
Hide your joy there. Bradley, she's about to get tortured.
That is true, I suppose. But
Also, this is the actually, let's not say that on air. I'll tell you later.
Okay, fair enough.
Actually, no, fuck it. There's no census here. This Deathstroke's a nonce.
What? What?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he is.
Well,
he manipulates Terra, who's like this Earth controlling character.
as in the same Terror from Teen Titans.
Yes, yeah. So like Slade does in that, but without the whole, nonce shit.
Wow. That is, yeah, I think I'll just say wow again because I can't think of anything else to say because wow.
That is the only response, to be fair. Why aren't you working? Thank you, Jesus.
So wait, but he died at the end of this movie for sure, probably.
For sure, probably, Bradley?
Yeah.
Something that evil always comes back.
For sure, probably.
Oh wait, pull it away.
Yeah, wait. Now I can't think of where I was. Let me think. Yes. So they save Langstrom's family, and then they find out that he was at a Deathstroke at a facility where he was making where he found a Lazarus pit at the bottom of the ocean. And they infiltrate the Lazarus pit at the bottom of the ocean, and they have an epic fight scene with him. And that's pretty much.
Doesn't Tally get killed and then Bruce dips her in the Lazarus pit?
Yeah. Has a little soak in the Lazarus pit. And, comes back okay-ish.
Okay-ish.
Well, actually, pretty much completely okay. I'm surprised that... Because, no, wait, I can't remember. Did she actually die, or was she just, like, really heavily...
Oh, maybe she was just really injured.
Because, like, when people are, like, resurrected by the Lazarus pit, don't they tend to
come back a little bit, yeah. A little bit aggro.
That's a good way of putting it. And I don't remember her doing that. She just kind of woke up and was like, "Oh, Bruce, you saved me.
Should we get married?" And he's like, "Fuck no." I do want custody, though.
Yeah, Damien solos Deathstroke and then leaves him in a vat of green liquid at the bottom of the ocean, so he's probably definitely dead from that. And then they give the antidote to all of the man-bats.
So they fall out of the sky.
Fall out of the sky and into the water. And then they probably pick them up or something. And then, like you said, he says, "I'm getting custody of this kid, though." And she's like, "Yeah, okay, fine." Yeah,
Wait, so what have you got? You've got left. You've got Bad Blood and Hush, haven't you?
Hush, yeah.
Have you ever seen House?
I've seen clips of House.
Have you seen clips of season 1 or 2 or 3 of House?
I wouldn't know because the clips I've seen, I've forgotten what episode they say they are from.
Okay.
Is there an actor in particular from there, perhaps, that is going to be voicing a character?
Could be. Do you know? Do you remember Cameron?
Cameron. No,
She was what? She was. Hang on. There's an easier way of doing this. Wait, just look up Cameron in House. There we go. Just so you remember what she looks like. In my head, zombie.
Alison.
In my head, zombie. Oh shit. Stop telling me to level up. I'm not the Flash. I don't need to tell everyone I've leveled up.
You need to level up.
I have leveled up.
Oh wait,
Damn. Where the fuck is that one then? I'll have to look up. I think I'll have to look up where these fuckers start. Wait, that's the GCPD one, isn't it? Yeah, okay, let's do that.
Wow, I straight up did not know
Hmm.
that it was that house was so full of Holmes references, like Sherlock Holmes references.
Yeah, well, it's just an interpretation of it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Wasn't Sherlock Holmes actually based on a doctor?
Hmm?
The Sherlock Holmes character was based on a doctor who used a lot of, the similar methods that Sherlock used about pure logic and stuff to cure his patients.
That's quite interesting. I wouldn't know if that's the case, but that definitely does sound interesting. And I wouldn't be surprised.
Now this sign is going to be a problem. It's a sign, tish.
It's a sign.
We all deserve to die. Even you, Mrs. Gilbert.
Even I.
I don't know. I don't. It's probably not Mrs. Gilbert.
Love it.
Yeah, sure. Her too. What about Batman vs Robin then? What do you think of Batman vs Robin?
I enjoyed that more than Son of Batman.
Yeah, I think it dives more into the Batman and Robin relationship.
Yeah.
As father and son.
Absolutely.
A more dramatic kind of way.
Like there was very much like a relationship that was quite strained because they hadn't really worked out what the relationship really was, how it should really function.
Well, it's like all of the first movie was just like, oh shit, I have a son, and all of that kind of getting to know each other while Damien's, fighting, like looking for his mum for most of it, and is just actively defying his father. By the second one, he's now at least trying to kind of live up and be acknowledged by his father and trying to prove himself when, Bruce basically just says, it kind of makes him realise that no, you don't have to prove yourself, you just have to try.
Yeah. So he's, yeah.
Oh, great.
That starts with them, with Batman and Robin taking on the doll maker.
Oh yeah, fuck.
Spooky.
I haven't seen him since season 2 of Arrow. He was one of Lance's old.
Yes, I remember that.
Bleak Island complete.
Oh, and but his name, was it Anton Shot or Win Shot? Like they that seemed to be from this other character called the Toy Maker. And the only reason I say so is because Win Shot is one of Supergirl's friends in Supergirl.
Oh Christ!
And he's a good guy. His dad was the Toy Maker. And he angsted for a bit about the fact that his dad was a bit of a serial killer.
That sounds like something that would happen in a CW show, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the doll maker, isn't he just like killing women by filling their lungs with some kind of weird shit? And he tries to do it to Laurel.
Laurel, yeah. That was a God.
Doesn't Sarah save her?
Arrow was dark as hell. Early Arrow was dark as hell.
Then it got a little bit goofy in season 3 and 4. And now it's kind of dark again, gotta admit.
Yeah, season 5 is a lot darker. I mean, I don't think it's as dark as season 1 or 2 so far. Although, him goading, Prometheus tricking Oliver into shooting
Felicity's fling.
his boyfriend. Yeah, that was pretty messed up.
I know it's
Something
around
about
here
that, yeah.
somewhere.
They beat up the doll maker, who, as I found out after the fact, is voiced by none other than Weird Al Yankovic.
Ha!
And possibly the most surprising...
Stunt casting.
Yeah. But so he's beaten him. He wants to stab him and stuff. And he says to himself, no, justice, not vengeance. And then Talon comes out of nowhere, tears the guy's heart out of his chest and says, you should trust your instincts, boy. You totally should have killed this guy. And he runs off. And Batman comes over. Dude's dead. Batarang next to him. He's like, what did you do? And he's like, it wasn't me! This other guy came and killed him. He's like, oh, okay, where'd he go? And
convenient.
Let's get him. Let's go get him. He's like, he ran off. He's like, oh, okay. You never trust me at all, Batman. I mean, Dad. I mean, Batman.
Well, I mean, from how you described it, he sounded like he's like, oh, okay, I understand.
Yeah, that's how I took it, but I can see why Damien took it the way he did.
I know there's a fucking racetrack starts somewhere around here, but I can't never remember where it is. It's on like a little bit of one of these buildings, I thought. Maybe it's back in that area.
Wait. Oh yeah. Robin tries to sneak out, but there's like a million different traps and security procedures. He gets him and he says, "You're keeping me prisoner in my own home, Dad, Batman." Like,
Dad, Batman. Bat Dad.
No, yeah, no, yeah. Also, Batman's going out with this woman called Samantha. And in possibly the funniest part, of the movie, Damien decided to, in my brother's words, rate his girlfriend. She's quite good appearance, but a little shallow in personality. But like,
Damien, why'd you have to do it like that?
That's okay, Damien. We're gonna have movie night. Stop talking about my girlfriend.
Doesn't he have to like entice him with Miagani Island complete? Doesn't he have to entice him with like the like fancy butter popcorn that Alfred makes just to shut him up?
Yeah. And he says, but I'm not sharing. I want my own bowl. He's like, yeah, I think we can afford that.
I mean, he's not wrong.
Like understatement of the century. But yeah. So Talon wants Damien to join him and, kill people. And Damien is conflicted because he's been brought up to kill people, but Bruce is telling him not to kill people. He has a
now that's what I call an inner conflict, says Chris Chibnall.
Oh god,
just
yeah.
fucking rising out of the grave. Now that's what I call an inner conflict. Jesus, someone fucking shoot him again. Get him back in there.
When is that happening again? Is that next year that we're getting?
What, more Doctor Who?
Yeah.
No, it's this year. It's the 60th this year.
This year?
It's 2023.
Oh,
cool. The 50th was 2013.
Ah.
I remember it well. I went to the Cineworld to see. Well, it might have even been Empire back then. To see it on the big screen.
Dang.
Oh shit. But yeah, no. So it'll be 23rd of November this year.
Oh, right, okay. That's still quite a way away, but you know.
I mean, the way these
It's
last couple of years have been going, it will be here very quickly, I imagine.
Yeah, the
Are you going to watch it? The David
totally.
Tennant and then the new series with
Yeah.
Shooty. You going to watch it live or
Probably live-ish. I don't know.
Ish live, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I think both the actor and of course Russell too deserve a fair shake. The series deserves a fair shake.
A fair return.
I want nothing more than for it
to enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't really mind if it's good or not, because I get enjoyment out of it no matter what. I would like to enjoy its goodness more than I enjoy its badness.
Yes.
Because there was a level of it was so bad it was good at parts of Chibnall's era, and then other parts were just really upsettingly bad.
Yes.
Like I could enjoy the silly bad stuff, but when he completely butchered the character, that was just upsetting.
Oh yeah, because I think I watched 2 episodes in total. Those being Orphan
55, yeah,
and
the one I made you watch, which was the final of a Whittaker.
Yeah, and all I could think from that was, you know, there were just some moments.
How did this man get chosen to write this when there are so many more talented writers out there?
Absolutely. I mean, some of the even like the directing as well. Some of the lines that were being said just came off as amateurish or stilted I mean, it's not like the dialogue was, you know,
well written in the first place. Yeah. I mean, some of the, you know, like fucking Maxine Alderton, who wrote like 2 episodes. They were probably the best 2 episodes in the entire bloody run. You know, there were some talented co-writers in that. But fuck.
Yeah. It's baffling is what it is.
It's baffling.
And like you say, I am sincerely hoping that it will be good. Because, like you say, I'd prefer to watch it, enjoy it because it's good, and say, I watched this thing.
Because it was good.
You should watch it as well. It just, I don't know, it feels more like, I'm a fan of Doctor Who, of course I'm a fan of Doctor Who, it's good. Rather than, I'm not a fan of Doctor Who, I just watch it because it's bad, you know?
Yeah.
It's more fulfilling to enjoy something and like it and be a fan of it than it is to not, in my humble opinion. Oh, is this the one that you left behind from that?
Yeah, the one fucking thing.
The one that got away.
And now it's gone, and so I have to go all the way out again.
Yeah. Anyway, we got sidetracked on the Doctor Who because of that being an inner conflict. That inner conflict, of course, being Robin trying to decide whether he should kill people.
Whether he should kill people. I mean, if you're going off Arrow logic, I definitely enjoy it when Arrow kills people. Yeah. In Arrow, definitely kill people. When it's Damien, no. Little innocent demon child, please stop killing people. It's not good for your mental health. Oliver, it's definitely better for your mental health when you kill people. That's water. It's both better for you and your family if you just kill these enemies the first time you fucking see them. Just arrow to the chest, and suddenly, episode 2, it ends the series in a much happier way, and you get to relax for another year until the next big bad needs shooting with an arrow.
Wait, who showed up in episode? Was Malcolm Merlin in episode 2?
Well, I think most of the villains show up pretty early in like various disguises or whatever. If he just shot them on sight, problem solved. Just wait till Slade comes back to ruin his day.
Yeah. Granted, he was killing people in seasons 1 and 2.
Yes, well, that's true. But never anyone plot relevant.
There's that wrinkle, isn't there? Now, if you just would have killed Damien Darko in that whole series about how no more killing, he goes and kills Damien Darko anyway.
Yeah, I think the worst thing is when they have a whole moral quandary about, you know, not killing the big bad, but they're slaughtering all the underlings, you know, shooting them with arrows.
I'm not gonna kill you. I refuse to stoop to your level.
But, you know, his henchman, he was just trying to support his family.
Yeah.
That guy you shot with an arrow in the chest, he's definitely okay.
He's bleeding out in the floor over there, dude.
He's fine. Oliver's definitely got the detective vision that tells him that everyone's unconscious.
Yes.
He bought it from Alfred.
Yeah, so, how do they get... Yeah, Talon and the Court of Owls, and Bruce remembers how he thought the Court of Owls was behind his parents' death.
Hmm.
And he investigated it a bit, and then realised that there wasn't one, and Alfred is like, Bruce, there isn't one.
Until it turns out there is!
Until it turns out there is! But like what he said to Bruce, I rather liked that bit where he was like, sometimes bad things just happen and there's no dramatic like purpose behind it. It's something that, you know, similar to how characters can just, you know, like how in Last of Us, characters will just they'll just die because you know that's how it be sometimes. You don't always get a dramatic sacrifice where you get to hold off the enemy or blow up the bomb. You don't, you know, sometimes you just get, sometimes an accident just happens and that's it.
Jesse just happened to be in the wrong place going through that door.
Yep, pretty much. But yeah, so God, oh yeah, the Court of Owls abducts Bruce so that they can
ask him to join.
Yeah, so they can ask him to join, and he's like, "I'll think about it." Puts a tracker on the mast and leaves. He even asks them about, "Hey, you know Batman? He's pretty territorial about, you know, Gotham. What are you going to do about it?" They're like, "Oh, we're dealing with Batman. Don't worry about Batman." And I was just like,
You were just like the Joker?
Yeah, I was totally just laughing it up because whenever someone's talking to Bruce, especially a villain, or actually not just Bruce and Batman, like whenever someone like mugs or otherwise, you know, whenever some villain is you know, talking to a character who's got a secret superhero identity, and they just bring up the superhero and they're like, oh, don't worry about that guy, you know, like, the Green Arrow, of course he's not coming to save you, Oliver Queen.
We checked. He's out. He's out of the city. He hasn't been seen in ages.
Wow. It's a gag that I laugh at every time.
It's something that will never get old.
Never get old. But yeah, so he puts a tracker on the mast and he goes back home and he's like, Alfred, I'm gonna track the Court of Owls. And then and Damien goes to Talon's and he's like, and then Batman shows up and he's like, you should, now is the time for you to choose if you will join me or join Batman, because previously he went off with Talon to go and beat up some mafia man.
Hmm.
In
a bar, isn't it?
Yeah, in a bar, and he said, "We've got loads of evidence. We can throw him to the police."
It's funny because that bar is obviously quite an easy one to draw because I'm fairly sure it's shown up in a couple comics and a couple animated films, just in slightly different art styles each time. I think they've just got the same designer to do it because the layout's always the same.
Huh.
Maybe it's just generic bar.
Generic bar. Could be anywhere. So he does say it, so he says you must now choose between me or Batman, and then he runs off. Batman gives chase, and Robin yeets a batarang at the grapple gun, and then they have you know, a fight.
Little bit of a fight.
A little bit of a fight. I suppose they had to at some point because it's called Batman versus Robin.
Hmm.
But
and then, but they break through some glass, don't they?
Yeah. Break through some glass, finish that fight, and Batman's like, "Okay, let's go home." I thought it was hilarious.
Doesn't like he cushion like doesn't Damien almost like get attacked? Isn't he about to like snap his back on something and?
Oh, does he? I must not have noticed that. Damn.
Well, is like they fall through a ceiling onto like a dinosaur, don't they? And at the last second, Bruce grabs Damien and like holds him to his chest so he doesn't get hurt. And Bruce takes the brunt of it or something.
Mm. Yes.
I love this. I love this fucking mode where sometimes they just won't get any fucking further.
Yeah, and then Damien gets kidnapped by the Court of Owls, and it turns out they've got, like, zombies.
Zombies?
Zombies, they're like, they've got these undead things they call talons, which are just warriors' corpses that they put in some juice.
They're juiced! They're juiced corpses.
Put in some not Lazarus juice, and then they're able to be active for up to 8 hours.
Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Oh, like, wow! Before they have to go back in and soak in the juice again. Great.
A whole 8 hours. Imagine how many people they could kill in 8. Actually, no, for a Talon, that's pretty impressive. That's quite a lot of people they could.
Batman goes there and he gets, like, he follows his tracker, and he gets attacked by the hallucinogens that they put in there to prevent Batman from getting to them.
They put something in the water, Batman.
They put something in his air or something because he didn't drink any water.
Oh shit!
But yeah, he has a spooky like memory thing where he goes back to the he watches his parents die again, and then old Damien, like adult Damien, shows up with guns and starts shooting him and others, and the scary Talon voiceover is saying, you will grow up and you will be evil as shit and kill loads of people, Batman. And so Batman just lets him shoot him a bunch and then hugs him and says, "I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, Damien."
I am all of the sorries. I failed you. I failed this city.
Yeah. Also, Talon was going out with Samantha, who's also in the Court of Owls.
Gasp!
Also, later on, we find out that Samantha's the Grandmaster of the Court of Owls.
Was she just using a voice changer?
Yeah, she was using a voice changer. And so that means that she wanted to recruit Bruce into the Court of Owls, where I'm just trying to go through this in my head. Like, okay, so she was going out with Talon in Court of Owls, which is kind of under the radar, and then she's kind of going out with Bruce above the radar, and then she decides, you know what? Let's bring him into the fold. I'm sure he'll be okay with me having a side bloke. Then again, who was the side bloke? That is the question. No, that is the riddle for the ages.
Yeah, was she just trying to manipulate Bruce into the court?
Yeah.
Or was she bored of the old Talon boy? Doesn't he just absolutely doesn't he go, oh
yeah,
hey...
They say kill Damien, they bring Damien in and he says kill, and they say kill Damien if he's not going to join us. And then he's like, I'm going to kill Damien. No, wait, I'm not going to kill Damien. I sympathise too much with Damien. I'm going to kill all of you instead. So he kills all of them instead.
Including her.
Including her, yeah.
Damn.
Like, first he kisses her, and then while kissing her, he stabs her. I was like, wow, okay.
That's just for the dramatic kiss moment. The kiss kill. It's the tale as old as time. It's a classic.
Yeah.
Oh hang on, these guys really just saw me take on an entire militia alone, and were like, oh yeah, I'll try fighting 3-on-1. That's really gonna work.
Totally could beat Batman. Man, how much would you give for the confidence of one of these Batman thugs?
I mean, do you also have their level of intelligence?
That's a fair.
It's a funny comparison, between and connection, and conviction, I guess, between intelligence and, would you say charisma or courage?
Who are we talking about?
The Gotham thugs. Are they crazy, courageous, or brave? Or what did you say? Their confidence, wasn't it? Confidence, actually.
Yeah.
Right,
Maybe part of the reason is because they know that Batman isn't going to kill them.
Yeah.
So, might as well have a try.
Yeah.
And then and there's no shame in losing to Batman, because everyone loses to Batman. And then, isn't there some bit where one of them is bragging about how Batman broke his arm, and also his leg or something? So I don't know. Maybe it's practically a rite of passage for these people.
Yeah, I saw Batman once. Broke my arm in 3 places. But you know what they say? Lightning can't strike the same place twice. And then you've always got to then just completely destroy the fucker.
It's even
like, yep, I'll break your leg this time, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, but then Talon decides to take the fight to Bruce.
At Wayne Manor.
Wayne Manor.
And doesn't he call in Nightwing?
He calls in Nightwing.
How much was Nightwing in that film? Was it just for the end?
He trains with Robin a bit at the start.
Right, yeah, they get in a fight, don't they? Doesn't Dick do the classic move of pulling the cape over his eye, over Damien's head, and then punching him repeatedly?
Yeah, I thought that was pretty funny. That.
That's such a Big Brother thing to do. If you're the kind of family that fights a lot, that's such a Big Brother thing. Like, yep, I have the advantage here.
Yeah, so he also was babysitting him, and by that I mean Batman had to go out, so he needed to watch.
Oh yeah.
So he didn't sneak out. He snuck out anyway.
Well, it's Damien. Also, Dick and Bruce should hardly be surprised the number of times that Dick snuck out when he was Robin.
He even mentioned that. He even mentioned it.
I don't know why I thought of this. I thought of this earlier, and there was probably going to be some better context what I was going to use to tell you about it.
Why don't you use the grapple gun?
Because the walls are electrocuted, and you can't do the line launcher there.
Oh, right, I see.
I think I was going for too much speed. There we go, solved it. I hate that I did it first time and then realised I had to activate the fucker to open, as opposed to just, doing it. I did it first time to get across. But of course...
What if you pulled up the car? Like, could you... Oh, no, wait, you probably can't do that. Sorry, I was just thinking, like, if you could pull up the... If you could, like, use the grapple thingy on the car to, like, make a wall using the car. I don't know, I'm overthinking this. You've already solved it.
I'm really confused as to what you're trying to say, to be honest.
Well, I'm probably wrong anyway.
Yeah, fair enough. I don't know what the context was for I was going to bring this up, but... Oh, maybe it was just in describing, like, my favourite Robin, why Damien's my favourite Robin. I mean, Damien was the first Robin I read properly when I started reading comics. There was the fact that the book was Batman and Robin, and it was Dick Grayson as Batman and Damien as Robin. So that was an interesting twist because it was like a gruff Robin and a kind of cheery Batman. It's quite an interesting mix up. And that was the first, like, Robin and Batman book that I read seriously. So, it's kind of like one of those things. But also, it's just compared to... I closely followed second by Nightwing, but the kind of main thing there is I don't think Dick had that many great stories when he was actually Robin. Set when his Nightwing books have always been really good. Some of them are great. Like, some of them are like some of the best comics I've ever read. And a lot of them revisit times when he was Robin. And he's really good there. But those stories take place, after he became Nightwing, with all the kind of, knowledge of what he turned into and a lot of kind of, changing history, I guess, in subtle ways.
Yeah.
So it's not really, I think I don't know how many great Dick Grayson Robin books there are. There's Robin Year One, which is pretty fun. But again, that's written by someone who then either went on or it was part of his Nightwing run. It was just collected in a book called Robin Year One. But there was no better context I could bring that up. I was like, yeah, I like Damien. There you go.
Fair enough. Yeah, but Alfred is sent to go down and do something with something. Something vague.
I
nice
think that was about as vague as you could get. I feel slightly less bad about my Robin ramble now, because that was slightly less vague.
And he, we find out later after Bruce and Dick fight a bunch of Talons, and also Talon, and basically.
Oh yeah, Alfred's been working on this kick-ass suit.
Yeah, and Batman gets into the suit, and he says, "I'm only gonna say this once, you sons of bitches. Get out of my house!"
It's kick-ass line.
And I was like, whoa! He dropped a B-bomb!
Straight out of the comics, that line.
That's awesome. I mean, like, usually it's always like a shocker when the strong, silent, stoic guy says something like that. It amused me greatly.
Riddler just fucking gaslit me. He just said there are still riddles to solve in the movie studios, Batman, and I just checked the map. There ain't. There ain't no fucking riddles to solve in the fucking film studios. What's Riddler on? I think he's huffing his own gas.
It seems you've failed his simple memorization problem of remembering that you had solved everything in the movie studio.
Wow, damn. Also, it's kind of wild how well you got his tone of voice right there. I feel like I should change. I should cancel this stream and rename it to PlayStation, Bradley, and Riddler are ruining my day. Because I think I've just found out that the Riddler was Bradley all along.
Never. I mean, I would give people riddles, but not make them die for not solving them. You know what I mean?
Maybe Bradley was the Riddler we found all along. What was that?
Maybe the Riddler was the Bradley we found along the way. Or
that's it. Thank you. That phrase is so cliche, but it's so funny.
Yes, so usable in so many different contexts.
And all of them dumb.
Indeed.
Let me out. Let me out.
And then Talon drives the Batmobile into Bruce's bat armor bat.
Oh yeah, shit.
And
how did that go for him?
I was like, what the fuck is going on? He just drove the Batmobile. and then you know, really good fight scene.
Mm.
He stabs him a bit. Damien comes down. Damien fights him. Damien's got him at knife point. Talon says, "You should trust your instincts, boy," and then moves his neck onto, you know, basically kills himself on
Damien's sword or something.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
Not actually, like, he didn't do it, but, you know, he walked onto it, kind of thing.
That'll hold up in court. The Court of Owls. No. You can always tell when we get tired because I start rambling and telling shit jokes, and you just become less exasperated by those shit jokes. You start supporting them. God damn, Bradley, we've got 6 riddles. Well, no, 6 Riddler trophies, 2 riddles, and 2 explosives to go, and I'll have done the islands. It will just be the interiors of Founders Island left. I think this is the quickest I've ever picked up all the trophies.
Holy moly! So how many in total is that left? Can I get?
You want to get the scale?
Yeah, the scales of riddle.
The riddle scales.
Okay.
202 out of 243.
Okay, we're gonna be here a while longer yet.
What do you mean? Well, no, I'm just gonna do the island. I'll save the interiors for next time.
Okay.
We might put the audio on a little bit next time so you can hear Riddler panicking because it's actually quite funny. It's like, how quick are you on the old switch your headphones in?
I can just leave a second pair of headphones in and then.
Oh yeah, and just mute and unmute the game, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I'll just warn you when he's about to start. He starts giving me the panic dialogue, and then you can unmute the game.
Indeed. So, Batman and rather Bruce and Damien's relationship in Batman vs Robin, I much preferred how that developed and how you know. There was the whole trust issue between Batman and like Damien didn't feel like that. He felt like Bruce didn't trust him.
Yeah.
And also Bruce wasn't quite sure how best to raise Damien. As he says at the end of the movie, he's unlike any other child. he's he's been an assassin so long.
Yeah.
He's been raised to be an assassin and
To be the Lord of the Assassins. The Demon's Head. It's so wild that in Arrow is like, oh yeah, Oliver, I want you to be the Demon's Head now. Like, just this race just like find a guy with abs, fights him once and goes, that'll do. I think he's just a misogynist. He'll just find any old bloke and go.
Dude, as long as it isn't one of his daughters.
Yeah, he just can't stand. Oh fuck.